everybody. I am just refining my view here with my camera and my iPad. Probably going to move it one more time to make it a little more comfortable to draw. So here we go. Today I'm going to be working on an infinite zoom. And this first one really was kind of practice to see what would happen if I combine photographs with my drawing to see if I just wanted to see what happens with the pixelation, and it ended up being just an afternoon project that isn't I'm not going to do anything with it except for just show you how this actually works with photographs, and possibly a way to blend the photographs in by using drawing techniques around them. This one, now the next one is really hard for me to find where to go in. There it is. And that's the last drawing. The last one is the one I like the most out of all of the images that I made with these flowers. And it could be just the flower photographs that I chose. Some are just more fun than others. And I had a good time doing it anyway, but it gives you an idea of what you can do with photographs. And I'll just show you really quickly how that's done. If I were to go here to my layers, on the first layer is the photo you see, and then as I click through here, you'll see that I've got all of these other images in here, and I'm going to just show you really quick how I did that. I'm going to open up a new project, and we're just going to go ahead and start from scratch so you can see that. So here we go. We're going to create a new canvas, and I am going to ask for a new layer. There's a background layer, and then there's a layer above it. I like to save my background in case I need to do something later on, and I don't want to be on the very background, because you can't add any layers below the background. You can add them above. So first of all, I'll go to this layer, layer number 1, and I'm going to add a photograph. So I'm going to go to my gallery, and I think what I'm going to do is we're just going to add, I think I'll use my artwork. So I'm going to add this drawing of an angel that I did. So that's the photograph of the angel, and you can see it's not like pinned in place yet. That's the checks tell you that it's not pinned in place. But I'm going to hit that, and now it is pinned in place. So if I want to add another photograph where I zoom in, I'm just going to go to where I want to put that photograph, and I'm going to stay on the same layer. I'm on the layer number 1, and I'm just going to add another photograph. And let's see, what should I add? Let's add this girl with an owl. Thanks so much for stopping by, everybody. I will try and remember to look up and check the comments. So here I'm adding this girl with an owl. So it's really kind of, you get used to how the zooming works. See, I'm making the image bigger and smaller here. But if I go outside of the image, now I'm making the first image and this image bigger and smaller. And when I have this one right where I want it, I can just tap with one finger, and it's now pinned. And so now you can see that we started with this angel, and we're going to move in to this brainiac steampunk lady with an owl. And then I have to decide where I want on this image. I like it when I zoom in if you can see the eyes. So I'm tempted to either go into one of the eyes to place the next image. Let's go into the owl's eye to place the next image. And let's place, let's see here. We'll go ahead and place the beetle. Okay, so I'm going to go outside and see how does that look. I might want to make it a little bit smaller so it's not quite so obvious. There, when you're looking at that image, you don't, hi Caitlin, thanks for subscribing. That's so awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, you don't want to go so big with the image that you lose or that it shows up when you want to focus here. You have to know where to go in for your next image. And I think I like that the way it is. I'm going to hit outside of the image and now it's kind of pinned it in place. And I think I could go in right here with the next image in the middle. And let's go with, find another drawing here. I haven't used this drawing in a while. We'll just put it right in the middle of that stripe and let's pin it there. This is kind of a children's book style drawing that I did a long time ago. And I could probably just put one right here. So let's just do that, and we'll let this be the very last one. Let's go ahead and let's put this stag here. And then I'm going to show you one other kind of cool thing that you can do. In fact, let's make this a little bit bigger. We'll center it right on top of that heart, right there. Get it straight. You can tell by your little checks if you're straight. And I'm going to hit outside of it. Maybe not. Okay, we finally got it pinned. And now it's actually a little off center. So the way that you would go back and see, I can't tap it and get it to come alive again. And the way that you do that is you go back to your layers. This is your picture layer. And we're going to open that up and we're going to go to image number 5. And that makes it like unpinned again. And I'm going to make it a little bit more centered. Is that centered? I think it is. Okay, so to blend this, I'm going to add another layer on top right here. So I'm above the picture layer and I'm going to choose a marker here. I'll go with a medium to start. Line width is kind of medium. And then for the color, I'm going to use my eyedropper and I'm going to choose that orange color right there, yellowy orange. And we're going to just draw right on top. And then, thanks for stopping by. I'm going to choose the next color, maybe this dark red here. And we'll just bring that in. Like that. Now I might choose this color here and pull that one out. I'm just using my eyedropper to find the colors that I need to blend just by eyedropping what is already there. So I'm switching back and forth between my eyedropper and my paintbrush. So here's the, I'm tapping on the eyedropper. This is the eyedropper. Wherever it goes, it picks up that color there. It's got the orange. I'm gonna bring it down here and I'm gonna grab, let's see, I'm gonna grab that dark red right there. It looks good out here, but it doesn't look great there. So now I'm gonna use the eyedropper again and we'll blend that in a little bit more. Then let's use that nice bright pink right there. Oh, there we go. That's what I needed. And we'll just go ahead and make that even on both sides. Okay, so now, and again, now that I've drawn it, this looks off center. I want to move that deer center. So let's go back here, whoops, to my layers. I'm going to go to the layer below, which is my picture layer, hit the little arrow. I'm going to go to that image right there. Okay, it's no longer pinned. I'm going to move that guy center. I might have to touch up my paint a little bit. I think I'm there now. It's not straight though. Still not straight. Okay. Tap outside. How are we doing here? I'm going to go back up to my paint layer above it and use my eyedropper. It's just a matter of blending those colors in. Okay, so I have the images that I wanted to layer. These are all my own paintings that I've done in Adobe Fresco. It's hard to get the kind of detail. I could probably get this detail using this program. It would take a long time though because there's no fill buckets, there's no copy and paste, there's no extra anythings. So here we are. We're going to start with this angel and I'm going to show you how to make a video of this now. So I am going to start by hitting the down and say record video. It's asking me, do I want to allow it to record the screen? So, because I've done, oh, I have a little dot there. I want to get rid of that, but I won't worry about that right now. Because I've done this before, I know that this little red dot up in the corner actually becomes part of the video, which is really annoying. I don't think it should, but it does. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this a little bit, record screen, a little bit off center. And I'm going to start there because I'm going to crop this video so that I can get rid of that red dot. But here we go. We're going to make a video now. And we're just going to do that by zooming in and remembering, where was it that I put the next image? There it is. And there it is. And now the last image is right there above the heart. And I could actually bring that down here a little bit so you can see it better. And I'm going to hit stop. Done. I probably should have moved this a little bit more to the right. Well, so now I'm going to go out to my photos and I'm going to find the video there. It just dropped it right in my photos. And so I'll hit play. And it's going to start moving pretty soon. It's not moving. How come? Oh, there we go. Okay, so it's moving kind of slow, and it's like, I want my video to move faster than that. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to do next. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to crop it. I'm going to trim it a little bit because the beginning is really slow to start. So we'll do that right in the photo app that's right here on, right on my iPad. So I am just going to hit, what am I going to do? I'm going to hit edit. Here we go. I'm going to crop it. So that little red dot right there, I'm going to get rid of that. Center her. Done. And then I'm going to, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just interesting. What is going on here? Done. We'll just hit done for right now. Cancel. Cancel. Discard changes. So let's see what happened. Okay, I cropped it. Now, I'm not sure why it's not letting. If I hit play, it's gonna. So it is actually moving around a little bit. And then how far do I have to get in? So I should only have to get in 15 seconds. All right, so we're gonna trim it this way. 13, 14, 15, there we go. Okay, done. Save video. Okay, so now it is going to start moving a little bit quicker. That's what I was hoping for. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the next step, which would be to put it in a video processing. It's stalling out for some reason. Interesting, huh? I know it's still working though. So that's 39 seconds. I'm going to go into my Filmmaker Pro, which unfortunately I have to turn sideways here. create a new project. And we're going to go with a TikTok or a 916, which would be Facebook or YouTube Shorts, Facebook Reels. And then we will add that video that I just made, which is right here. It'll take just a second to load it. Maybe 0%. So funny how things are being a little sticky tonight. Well, let me clean my screen while I'm waiting for that. I think I might have too many things going on my iPad. Let me just close a few things and reopen that one. And then let's see if we can add it. Videos and photos. And we'll hit done. Okay, so it's not loading. Let me open up another project that I did on Filmmaker Pro. We'll close it, reopen it. I think that video, when I shortened it, something was acting a little bit odd. So let's go back here. This is one that I made recently. Once upon a time there was and I added a voiceover to it. But basically when you get in here with a video, and this is very similar to what I just showed you, I use different images. But when you get in here, what I usually will do is I will reverse, and I don't do this on any videos except for my infinite zoom videos. And it's because if I start at the beginning of the video and I zoom in, it's harder to center it and make it smooth. If I start at the end of my infinite zoom and zoom out, it's easier to tell where the picture is in the space. So I don't know how else to explain it to you. So basically this program allows you to splice, to do transitions, to speed things up, to reverse them. But all of this imagery was done over in infinite zoom first. And I can just go ahead and play this for you so you can hear what I did with this video. Once upon a time there was a wise old owl who wore a necklace of horse, and if you look closely at that necklace, you'd find a stag with a beautiful snow queen resting on his chin. She dreamed of being a cowgirl. The cowgirl bore the mark of a beetle, believing them to bring luck. The beetle dreamed of crawling on a goat, who was gently aiding a damsel in distress, rescued from a dragon who was, in truth, an angel at heart. And that angel, they loved reading fairy tales, especially the ones we dare to rewrite. And that, of course, brings us back to the wise old owl. So anyway, you can kind of see how infinite zoom can become just a storytelling mode. And I'm going to go back to my infinite zoom. I'm going to turn it this way. And we can go a little bit closer then. So for whatever reason, I was just having a little bit of trouble with one of those videos. Kind of the downside of doing artwork live is things can definitely go wrong. So that's what I was saying. If I were to go to, let me show you, if I go to my bookmarks, the last painted. So the last thing that I did in this video, if you've hung with me from a few minutes ago, or if you just joined me, the last thing I painted was this heart over the top of this photograph. And so this is the end of my, this photograph is the end of my infinite zoom, the way I have it set up. And I'm saying that if I were to record this by starting here and zooming out, it's easier for me to make the video smooth because you have to do it with your fingers if I'm zooming out than if I'm zooming in. Because if I'm zooming in, I'll show you, I'll just do it for you and I'll show you the difference. I'm always trying to, so here I am at the beginning, and if I were to zoom in, so far so good, but now I'm like, okay, where do I go? There. And I'm good here, and I know that I'm going to the very center of that one, so I'm good there. But see how I'm off center there? And then we're good here. So it's a little bit better if I start here and just go out. It's just a little bit easier for me to center things and make sure you can see everything that you need to see. Okay, so I'm going to move over to another project that I'm coloring. And it is, which one? Where did it go? Here it is. This is the last thing I painted. This is an alphabet book I'm working on. I started it a long time ago, haven't gotten very far. I'm on D, A, B, C, D. So I've only done a few. Actually would be farther, except for I restarted it because I had it in a different program, a different Zoom program. But that Zoom program I was using had a terrible eraser and it made it so hard to draw. So I redid this one. I started from scratch, and honestly, my alligator in this one is not as good as the first one I did, but that's okay. I could maybe redraw that alligator a little bit. So here we are starting at A, and I've done quite a bit of coloring on this already. I'm thinking it might be fun for kids to learn. I could turn this into a book, but then I could also have an accompanying video, which would be a Zoom video, or I can actually export this file, which is, let me show you, export as image. No, that's not what I want to do. Export. Nope, that's not what I want to do. I want to share the file. Now that I said that, record video. Nope. All right. So don't allow. Let's go to information and find out. Oh, I think what I have to do is I think sharing and exporting, it's going to tell me to go out. Export as image. Whoops. Export file. This option allows you to export your work in a file format such as PDF suitable for printing or professional documentation. Nope. That's not what I wanted. I think what I want to do is go here, and I think that I can I was sure there was a way to share the actual file. I know there is. I'll look it up. I won't research it now. I know there's a way to share the file so that other people can actually open this file in Zoom. And the reason that I know you can is because if you go here, there's tutorial demo videos that they've shared with me, and so I know that I can do that. I just don't remember how. shared. Okay, well, we won't worry about it. We're going to go back and we're going to do a little drawing and coloring. Thanks for hanging with me. Thanks for the thumbs up. Love that someone subscribed tonight. I'm trying to grow my channel. I'd like to hit 1,000 subscribers soon. I'm at 880 something, so I don't have too far to go. I sure could use a few more subscribers. We'll just zoom in here to the drawing since it doesn't take too long to get in there. Like this little bear hanging on this string that the bird's flying with. And then we're going to go in here and zoom all the way into the cat sitting between the cactuses. And I think we're just going to go close into that cat's eye. And we're going to get to the new image. And so what I'm going to do on this one is it's a D. And I am going to, I'm going to have to get the D in there right now. I started drawing it without putting the D in there, and that's a mistake. So let's get the D in there right now. And I'm going to go to a layer up here. We'll make the D on a pretty upper layer. All the way to the top, to the 5th layer. Just to rough it out. Yeah, let's go with yellow. I may have to make the whole square bigger in order to accomplish what I want to do here. So D is going to be here. I'm just roughing it in right now. Yep, I need to make this bigger. So I'll go to my background, grab my blue, big fat brush, make it nice and big. Make sure I stayed on the right, yeah, I'm on the background layer. Otherwise I would have been hitting my back button. Okay, so I want to do some sort of a border around it, but I don't know what that'll look like yet. So go back to my big brush. I think I'm actually gonna go not to layer 5, but the layer right below. I'm gonna erase this on layer 5. I just wanted to make sure it was going to fit. So I don't want those skinny letter lines. This little donkey is going to move to oh, he was on that upper layer too, so that's fine. We got rid of the donkey. I'm going to go to my layer 3, go back to my yellow color, my large paintbrush, fatten everything up. So there's no rulers to make your lines nice and straight on here. Everything is freehand, which is kind of cool. It challenges you to really get a nice steady hand. But you can see I've got all sorts of wobbles. I don't let that be a problem. It's okay that I've got a lot of wobbles. I don't like it when I get hung up about things like that. I don't want other people to get hung up about that. Oh, that's interesting. I've got that blue. What's going on with that blue? Huh. Is it just there? Somehow I ended up with some blue on the top layer. So let me go up to that layer. It's up here. Use my eraser and we'll get rid of that blue. Okay. So what do I want to do with this? I could clean up these D's a little bit. Might just go in here. So, oh gosh, did I just forget? I did. Look, I've got that on an upper layer. So let's go back, 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 forward. Go back to my D layer. I was on the wrong layer. Trying to smooth that out. Put a little more arch in that. Go to a bigger brush. I usually don't talk this much. I've been alone all day. So I'm talking a lot. I might want to make these a little bit more fun. There we go. Okay, I don't know what I'm going to do for a border, but I can definitely start doing some graphics on, what layer am I on? I'm on the background. I'm going to go to this layer. I'm going to choose a nice green, a nice bright green. And I'm going to go with, we're going to do spirals. None of them are going to be the same size. None of them are going in the same direction. How's that going to look? Yeah. don't want him touching. I don't know why. I don't want him touching. I'll probably have to do, I think I'm going to have to do an outline that's a little bit brighter, a little more contrasty. Let's go with, I might go with a red. Okay, because I never do anything exactly the same on these letters. Still on the top, okay. We're going to do polka dots. Okay, let's go back to, we're going to go to the land and the sun layer and continue drawing that part. might put a little bit of snow on the mountains. So we'll go with a white. Just a little. And I'm going to definitely want some trees. And I think I'm going to want some deer in here. Maybe the deer down here and a donkey down here. So it could be I have to make this a little bit wider so my trees can go up the sides. Okay, I can do that. We'll go a little bit wider here. And I'll go to my background layer, add some more blue. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out. It's making me a little crazy right there. Let's find what layer that's on and erase it. It's on that layer. And I'm going to hit the eraser. Okay. Now I want to go back to my background layer. It's not my background, it's before the background. So I think I'm going to put these trees right behind the D layer. I'm going to go with a nice bright kind of a green that's really going to show. And that's too big of a brush. Show you how I'm drawing the tree. So we'll do a couple here too. Okay. So let's see what layer we're on. I'm going to go behind the trees. I think I want to go back here where this this layer is, and we're going to add a different shade of green. Maybe a little bit more of an olivey. Where should I go here? Let's go to a little bit brighter green. This would be like some nice green grass for eating, because we're going to have some deer and a donkey. That's the plan anyway. And I might just go all the way with that light green down here. And that's why I might decide to put a river going around there. Okay. Just going to smooth this out for now. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that transition. Time to draw a little donkey in here. So I want to go to a layer that's above the green, but behind. Let's just go here. And I think I'm just going to use a nice camely brown color to create the donkey. I might have to go on the internet and look up a donkey, how a donkey looks. I know a few things about a donkey, but not a lot. I don't draw them very often. I know they have big ears. Might have a little too much heel there. Let me just take a little bit off there and a little bit off there. There we go. Just trying to figure out. I might have to open up my computer and get a picture of a donkey in front of me so I can kind of remember how the markings go. Excuse me for a second. I'll be right back. Kind of like that sweet face there. All right. So, doing a little artist license with our color here. So the first thing I want to do though to change it is go to a nice, almost a white for some accent on his little muzzle. And where his eye is going to be. And we might do a little bit there too. And go to this. I'm going to go back to this brown. I'm going to go to a really nice dark version of that brown. And his nose and his mouth have there we go. And that nose actually has, whoops. A little bit of a curve to it. So how does that actually work? I'm gonna have to I've got this shape wrong. Let's fill it in and see what we think. Well, maybe that's okay. Does that look like a little donkey nose? I think so. And I think I'm going to go with a little bit lighter shade of that and do some accents. Got to get a little bit of a angle going here. A little blending. I'll blend it black. Back. I messed up my angle. And then let's go with this white here. There we go. I like that. Okay. I feel like I want to kind of change the shape of his head a little bit. Excuse me. That's feeling good. can always do the blending later, but I can get these colors kind of blocked out. Actually think this wants to come down like that more. Start to look like a donkey. Okay, what kind of markings do we want to put around their eyes? Sometimes they have sort of these shaggy, kind of shaggy heads. Shaggy. It's not like a real forelock, like a horse. It's more like they're a bit bald, but have sort of shaggy. I'm actually gonna do an even bigger. And I'll go to the next one down. I don't know, not convinced. It might not have been the right move. That looks good there, I like that. I could blend that. And then I think he's got a lot of like dark in his ears. Oh, I'm off to the wrong start here. So cute. Sometimes they have little bits of white in their ears too. I don't know if I like that. It's just not looking like the hair is going right. I need to go to the black. A little more hairy. That's kind of the look. This ear is working, the other ear is not. Okay, just for anybody who is coming by now, this is an infinite zoom drawing that I have been working on for an alphabet book. There we have it. So got our little donkey. for stopping by. Just doing a little bit of experimenting with how to do the leg color on this little donkey. This is an infinite zoom. This is an alphabet book. And I'm on D so far. Roll you out to C. Keep on rolling you out to B. And finally, roll out to A. I can take you on a little bit of a tour. Of other alphabet or other infinite zooms that I've done. Recently, I just worked on this one earlier tonight. And this one, I used my Adobe Illustrator drawings. I have to think about where to go in every single time I do this to just create sort of a gallery of my work, but doing it through infinite zoom. And I'll go back out to let's look at this one. Thanks everybody for stopping by. See you on the next one.